And good evening, junior college basketball fans. It's LCC Basketball on the YouTube channel and GoLopes.com. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes, and the Running Lopes men's team getting ready to take on Frank Phillips in game number 11 of the season here. They're 5-5 coming off a 4-1 road trip, including a 1-point win over a very good Garden City team last night. Frank Phillips comes into the game with a record of 5-2. They're out of Region 5 and out of Borger, Texas, about 3 hours away, and a usual matchup for LCC, but we'll get into more of those numbers and what the series numbers are with these two teams a little later on. LCC's been playing great basketball, folks. They went on the road and won some big ball games. You just don't go out to Utah and win games, and Lamar stole 2 games against Utah State Eastern, winning 64-63 last week in Ephraim, Utah, and then beating the 20th ranked team in the nation, Snow Community College, 78-74 on their home floor. They lost to 13th ranked Salt Lake City 101-76 on Saturday, but then came back all the way across from Utah to Kansas and played Garden City last night and won the ball game 81-80. They had a lead but almost blew it with their free throw shooting, according to Coach Ryan Stubbs, but nonetheless were able to prevail. That was just a week ago, actually a week and a half ago, when they lost their home opener against Garden City, a game you heard right here on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. They lost 78-74. Mr. Maldonado missed a three-point shot, but last night, folks, he was money. He had 26 points on 6 triples in the ball game off the bench as they were able to get the victory 81-80. LCC and Frank Phillips tonight for the second home game of the season for the Running Lopes. They'll be back home again on Friday. In fact, the women and the men will be playing home for the next few days. For Lamar's men's team, this is their 6th game in 8 days, so they're playing an NBA-like schedule. We'll see if the fatigue gets to them tonight. That shouldn't, though. They should have a re-energized spirit here, especially being on the home floor. Ryan Stubbs is in his 3rd year with LCC, a record of 41-32, and his teams have won 21 of the 30 games they played on the home court under his tutelage here at Lamar Community College. Frank Phillips' head coach is Chris Hackett. He's in his 9th season. He's been there a long time, and he's done a great job down in Borger, Texas, which, if you're unfamiliar with the Panhandle, is about an hour to the east of Amarillo, Texas, out in the middle of nowhere, out in the Panhandle of Texas. But Frank Phillips always puts on a good product, and Lamar always has a good contest with this Frank Phillips team. In fact, the last few years, Lamar has dominated Frank Phillips. They're 4-0 here at the LCC Wellness Center in the series, 4-2 overall. Their only 2 losses have come at Frank Phillips. They won here last year at home and lost at Frank Phillips. And of course, back in 2017-2018, they won here in Lamar. They also won in the 2016-2017 season, winning here by 5 points in overtime. Their other losses, as I said, they've only lost the 2 games in the 6 since 2012 have been at Frank Phillips and in Borger, Texas. Here's the starting lineup for tonight's ball game between LCC and Frank Phillips. For the visitors from Borger, Texas, James McNeil. He averages 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. He's a sophomore at 6 foot from Queens, New York. He is lickety-split fast, folks. He can run up and down the court. You'll hear his name called a lot tonight. Taylor Cox is a sophomore at 6'2" from Durant, Oklahoma, averages 8 points, 4 rebounds. Daquan Copeland's from Philly, Pennsylvania. He's a freshman at 6'6", averages 12 and 3. DJ Richardson is from Rockledge, Florida, which is in the Cocoa Beach area on the East Coast. He's a freshman at 6 foot. He averages 6 points. And Majuk Maydal, 13 points, a team-high 7 rebounds for the Plainsman. He's a sophomore, 6'10", from Regina, Canada. Maydal, Richardson, Copeland, Cox, and McNeil for the Plainsmen of Frank Phillips. For the Lamar Running Lopes, they'll go like this. Jordan Wilson is the guard at 6'4". He's out of Blytheville, Arkansas. He averages 9 points and 2 rebounds. He had 14 points and 7 turnovers, unfortunately, last night, but 14 points were huge for LCC. Blayton Williams on his way to the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. He averages 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. He's a sophomore at 6'3". Veron Kalanji is a sophomore at 6'8" from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. He averages 7 points and 5 rebounds. DeAndre Barrett's out of the Bronx, New York. He's a freshman, 6'7", averages 6 points, 6 rebounds. And Peter Toure, London bridges come tumbling down. He's out of London, England, 14 points and 6 rebounds. He's a freshman at 6'8". He's the meat inside for LCC. Toure, Barrett, Kalanji, Williams, and Wilson. Wilson is number 2, Williams number 5, Kalanji number 11, Barrett number 24, and Toure number 32. Home uniforms with the blue piping down the side, the gold numerals for Lamar. The road black uniforms with the blue lettering and the yellow trim on the outside of the numbers for Frank Phillips. They will go from right to left on your device that you're watching, whatever it may be, computer or telephone, or cell phone, telephone. Where am I coming from? Cell phone. And from left to right, we'll go LCC as we're ready to jump it up. Peter Toure to jump it up at center against Maydal. 6'8" against 6'10", and we're set for basketball here at the Wellness Center at LCC. LCC has won the tip, and we're underway. Into the front court on the dribble is Williams against man-to-man, player-to-player defense for Frank Phillips, FPC as they like to be called. And the pass is out high, left side for Toure. Whips it left side. That is Jordan Wilson. Wilson's pass is stolen away. First turnover of the game, and here they come on the break. Down the lane, left-hand layup. Partially blocked by Wilson. Rebound loose underneath. Knocked out of bounds. It will go to Frank Phillips. LCC turns it over. They had 26 of those last night in an 81-80 win. Those got to cut down as the season goes on, but we're still early in the season, just at game number 11. 5-5 record for LCC. Frank Phillips is 5-2. Here comes the inbounds left corner, Cox. He pump fake, gets you back around the perimeter. 23 on the shot clock, 19:30 in the game. First possession of the game for Frank Phillips. We are scoreless. Left side with the ball, McNeil, the kid from New York, drives to the basket, blocked out of there. Right back into his hands. He's able to get it back to Frank Phillips. They have a second chance on this possession. Left-hand running layup, no good by Cox. Inside rebound for the Canadian, and he puts it up and in. Maydal down low. He averages a team-high 7 boards. He gets the loose ball bucket. It's 2-0 Frank Phillips. Wilson left side, open 3, left wing on the way, splash! Barrett drains it from the left wing. He did not play in the last game we had on with yours truly on the call, and that was against Garden City. He hits it. Lamar has the lead, 3-2, our first lead change of the ball game. Right side pass for Cox. Cox looks into the right corner for McNeil. McNeil looks inside. Lamar playing a zone right now. They'll penetrate, kick it into the corner. Down to the baseline. Great scoop pass to the big guy. Lays it up and in. Maydal out of Regina, Canada, and Saskatchewan. Sophomore at 6'10", has 4 points, all 4 of their points. And we have a lead change again. It's 4-3, and we have an offensive foul called down low. Foul is called on LCC, and it was on Kalanji. He'll pick up his first. He's in disbelief. So is this guy up here. I didn't even see what he did to get open. He just caught it and went to the basket, and the official said he pushed off to get open space. 18-12 to go in the first. 4-3 in favor of Frank Phillips. Driving down the lane. The shot is missed off the backboard. Rebound by Kalanji. Kalanji has 5 of those on his average every single night. 7 and 5 are his marks as he comes in. He averaged 11 and 7 last year as a freshman. Up top left side with it is Blayton Williams. Williams, the Mr. Do-It-All. The Swiss Army knife pulls up. Jumper no good from the left baseline, about 18 feet away. Rebound pulled out of there by Maydal, who's done everything thus far for Frank Phillips. 4-3 in favor of the Plainsmen. 17:50 to go in the first. Their third possession of the game. They'll pass it around up front from right to left. Now left side free throw line extended. Cox. Lamar goes with a 1-2-2 matchup zone. They'll penetrate. Trying to get around a man was Richardson. He kicks it to the right corner. 6 on the shot clock. Richardson pull-up jumper, free throw line, leans in, and he nails it. DJ Richardson was able to get around his defender, and he leaned in and floats it home. It's 6-3. Largest lead of the night early on for Frank Phillips is 3. 17-17 to go in the first. Blayton Williams works right side. He'll get it to Kalanji. He looks up high at the high post. Now left side for Toure. Way out between the circles. Now free throw line, skip pass right side. Open Barrett. 3! No. Off the left side of the rim. High for the rebound and pulling it down and knocking it out of bounds is Frank Phillips. Wilson got the rebound. He averages 2 rebounds a game. 9 points out of Blythefield, Arkansas. 6-3 is our score. 17-minute mark of the first. We're just underway. LCC basketball on GoLopes.com on the YouTube channel. Yours truly, Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Lopes for a 6th consecutive year. Wilson pulls up on the right baseline, gets it to the cutter, down the lane, pull up, right elbow jumper, good. Kalanji hits the net, the Canadian. 2 Canadians playing in the starting lineup, 1 for each team. It's 6-5. Who says they can't play hockey? 16:36 to go here in the first half. 6-5, Frank Phillips the lead by 1. Up top is Cox on the dribble. He'll hand off to McNeil, the kid from Queens. Working on the dribble. Bounces it down low. Bad pass. First turnover of the game on Frank Phillips. Each team now with a turnover. Back of the other way comes LCC, and into the front court on the dribble. Barrett is fouled. Barrett is the kid from the Bronx. McNeil's the kid from Queens, so they're Borough kids. I'm sure they've seen some pickup ball game between each other somewhere, somehow in NYC. 16:21 to go. The foul was on McNeil. It's his first. LCC basketball here at the left-right hash mark. Up top to Williams on the flip pass. He'll dribble to the left side, free throw line extended. He continues to dribble, bounce it down low, the catch down low. Toure double team, whips it out, and he throws it in the front row of the crowd. He was trying to make a fabulous pass from down low, left block, and he threw it over everybody's head out of bounds. Second turnover on LCC here in the first half. 6-5, Frank Phillips the lead by 1. Their biggest lead has been 3. LCC's has been 1. Fake left, go right, that's a travel. Daquan Copeland on a Philadelphia. Second turnover on Frank Phillips. Chris Hackett calls out the official as he yells across the floor. 16 minutes to go here in the first. 6-5, Frank Phillips by 1. LCC has never lost to Frank Phillips, at least since 2012 on this floor. They're 4-0. 4-2 in the overall series in the 6 games played since 2012. Toure hands off. Williams around him. Kicks it off left side. Barrett down the left side of the lane. Floats, knocks over a man. It's going to be a blocking foul. Inside the circle was the Frank Phillips defender. And it'll send Barrett to the free throw line. Foul is on number 5, Daquan Copeland. That'll be his first. It's the second on the team and a chance for LCC to take the lead again with 2 free throws. Barrett is a 62% free throw shooter, and he drains the first. 6-6, we're tied for the first time tonight. One more to give LCC another 1-point lead. They had one early on a Barrett three-pointer. And he bends and he spins, rotation perfect, right through the middle of the heart of the net. He's got 5. He leads LCC in scoring, and LCC has the lead for the second time. Our third lead change here in the first half. 7-6, Lopes have the lead, 15.5 to go in the first. They'll work it right side of the perimeter. Lob it down low to Maydol. The Canadian backs his way in against Toure. Great matchup there, 6'8 against 6'10, but the 6'10 man with a little jump hook left side, coming from the right side of the lane with the left hand, floats it in. He's got 6 to lead them in scoring. It's 8-7. Fourth lead change early on as we're on the seesaw. And a travel is called as Wilson tried to go down the left baseline, then tried to squeeze between 2 defenders and tried to dish it off, but he was called for the travel, the extra step. Third turnover on LCC. The officials having a conversation about what? Chris Hackett, 9th year at Frank Phillips in Borger, Texas. He's seen and done it all in Region 5, which is one of the toughest regions in the country, featuring South Plains, one of the top teams in the nation year in and year out, as well as Midland and Odessa. Frank Phillips is picked last in the league, 9th out of 9 teams this year, even though they're 5-2 and off to that start. 8-7. They lost to Otero the other day. They're the 12th ranked team in the country this year. 3 is on the way for the Oklahoman Cox. Taylor Cox buries his first 3. He shoots 41% from beyond the arc. They're up 4, 11-7. Right baseline on the way with a 3. It's no good for Williams, or for, that is, Wilson as it rattles out. But the ball was last touched by Frank Phillips and the Plainsman underneath. LCC will get the ball back. 11-7 after the 3-point make by Taylor, their first of the game. It's the largest lead for FPC. 14:44 to go in the first. Gene and Jackson are our engineer and our camera tonight. We appreciate their hard work, making sure that everything looks right for you on the screen. Down low, and it's time to dunk for Peter Toure. The first of the London Bridges coming down. It's 11-9. Toure averaging 14 in his first bucket is a dunk on the inside and a great feed from Williams. And we have a foul inside, and it's the big guy from Canada trying to create position. Toure plays offense at one end, comes down and plays good solid defense, keeping his man out of the square. And Madol tries to use the elbows to knock him away. So that'll go down as a turnover and the foul. Third turnover on each team now. The foul is the first on Madol. And they have substitutions. Carl Campbell out of London, England. 6'10", sophomore number 33 is into the game. Also into the game for them. Number 15, Jalen Collins. Collins is out of Blackwell, New Jersey. 6'7" freshman, suburban Camden, right across the bridge from Philadelphia. 11-9. Baseline pass, left side, driving hard to the lane. Scoop it up, no good. And Wilson comes tumbling to the ground, and he was fouled on the way to the bucket. A trip is called, and if that's on McNeil, that is his second. It is on McNeil. So James McNeil, one of the top players on their team, averaging a team-high 14 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals, has got 2 personal fouls here with 13:56 to go. And Wilson's at the line, chance to tie for Lamar. Free throw on the way, it rims in and out, no good. It's one thing that killed him last night. Coach said it almost killed him in that game against Garden City. They won at 81-80, but he said free throw shooting was atrocious. Free throws, they shot 57% last night. And the second one is good. So Wilson, who's a 73% shooter, hits his second. He's got 1 in the game. He averages 9. It's 11-10. Frank Phillips by 1. Their biggest lead has been 4. LCC's led by 2 on 2 occasions. 13:49 to go in the first. Penetration on the left-hand dribble. Kick it left side. Collins doesn't like the look on it. The lefty now steps back. Now he dribbles down the left side of the lane. Missed it. Got it partially blocked by Toure. Here comes the outlet for LCC. Barrett on the far side. Free throw line extended. Now to Toure. Way out top between the circles left side. He looks right side. Finds Williams. Williams penetrates. Kicks it out front. 3 on the way. Kalanji. No, it rimmed hard off into the corner. Chasing it down in the corner is Williams. He flips it back out to Wilson. Now back to Blayton. Blayton, who is ready to sign at any time with the University of Wisconsin Green Bay in the Horizon League, the Phoenix. He'll be playing in Packerland next year. 13:06 to go. First half, 11-10. Baseline jumper. Good! Right before the horn goes off for the 24 seconds. Timeout called by Frank Phillips, and he's not happy with his baseline defender, Mr. Collins. He's yelling at him as he comes off. 12:59 to go in the first, and LCC has its third one-point lead of the first half. It's the Running Lopes 12 and FPC 11. We come back to the Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel in a moment. Along with Gene and Jackson, my engineer and camera person, I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. It's 12-11 LCC after the made basket by Wilson right before the 30-second shot clock expired. LCC's third one-point lead. Lob down low, the catch in traffic, and we have a travel first. That's the new guy, Carl Campbell, even though he's a sophomore at 6'10". New guy into the lineup, he did not start. 4th turnover on Frank Phillips. Chris Hackett is screaming at his players. He's not happy at all. He's dapperly dressed, just like Ryan Stubbs is. These two junior college head coaches. Maldonado, the hero last night with 26 off the Pines, is into the ballgame. He had 6 3-pointers in the win at Garden City last night. He was a monster. Down the left side of the lane, Wilson kicks it out right side. New face into the game for LCC as well. And on the penetration, jumper no good. Toure battles for the rebound, loose on the right baseline. Pulled over there by the Running Lopes. And that's Tyrone Perry Jr. And we got a foul on the floor, and I believe it's on Taylor Cox. So Tyrone Perry Jr., 6'3" freshman out of Austin, Texas, averages 5 and 1. He's out there. Oscar Maldonado out of Greeley and Northridge High School, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Coming off that 26-point night last night. LCC a 1-point lead. Down low, Toure turns left, puts it up. Good, in the foul! The bucket in the Band-Aid for Peter Toure. Then he will go to the free throw line to shoot 1 to try to make it the old-fashioned 3-point play. Stevens gets the foul. Xavier Stevens out of Rockledge, Florida. He's just into the ball game as well. It's 14-11, LCC's largest lead of the night here early on. Peter at the line, bounces it in his hand once, now twice, bends and fires, 69% shooter, buries it. He's got 5, and it's 15-11. LCC's biggest lead here in the first half, 12-12 to go. Lob it down low at the high post. Campbell has it. He semi-turns, hands off to the short man, bounces it down low, right back to Campbell. Reverse layup, right to left side is good with the left hand. Carl Campbell lays it in. It's 15-13. Under 12 to go in the first. We're just underway here. Got nothing else doing in Southeast Colorado. Get out to the ball game. Loose ball underneath, knocked out of bounds. LCC is home again on Friday against Colorado Northwestern. The women lost earlier tonight to Clarendon 79-70. They play again on Thursday night, and I'll be here for that game against Colby. They're undefeated. Clarendon was undefeated, so they play two undefeated teams back-to-back to the women. We'll talk to Kellen Fernetti coming up at halftime about the team's progress thus far in his first year, as well as the loss earlier tonight. Skip pass left baseline. On the dribble was Aftar Mujuk. Missed the shot. Down low, the rebound is pulled off by Peter Touré. Mujuk is from Edmonton, Canada. He's a cousin of Maydol. Lefty three is good by Maldonado. His first of the night, and he keeps coming out hot as he was last night at Garden City. 18-13 LCC, largest lead of the night by 5 now. Up top, between the legs on the dribble, down the lane with the right hand, bank it off the window and good. Oh, that's a strong play for Daquan Copeland from Philly. Little cheesesteak on that banker. He'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. Maldonado with the foul. That'll be his first. Wilson will check out. 18-15 our score, and at the free throw line is Daquan Copeland. He only shoots 63% from the line. 18-15, running up to the lead by 3. Copeland bends, spins it up there, and he completes the three-point play. Perfect, right down the heart of the net. Kind of like I did back in the high school days. Really? 18-16. Ooh, push off, no call. And that was on Adonis Wallace, who's out there from Colorado Springs, Mesa Ridge High School for LCC, wearing the number 10. Good three-point shooter. Kalanji down the right side of the lane, banks it up too hard, off the front of the glass, rebound pulled up by Frank Phillips. Chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. 10:36 to go in the first, 18-16 LCC. They'll slow it down. Mejuk will have it down low to Campbell, who lays it up and in. 1-6-6 guy to a 6'10 man. A Canadian to an Englander. And Mr. Campbell has 4, and we're knotted for the first time in the game at 18. We've had 5 lead changes in 1 tie. Deep 3, Williams off the front of the rim, no good, short. Rebound pulled up by Frank Phillips, and here they come the other way from right to left. Cox on the left side, looks like he's going to pull up, fakes it, puts it on the floor with a dribble. Now to Mejuk, down the left side of the lane, in the left wing area, and he puts it up with a right hand and good. 6'6 kid from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, hockey country. 20-18, 9:52 to go, and Frank Phillips has retaken the lead, our 6th lead change of the game. Down low, Adonis Wallace tried to force it into Touré. It's batted away. 4 turnover on LCC, each team with 4. Cox to the trailer, right side of the lane, down the lane, right-hand layup, no. Partially blocked, players all over the ground. Chris Hackett's going to get teed. Back official had enough. There was a block down low, there were bodies all over, and Chris Hackett is teed. Rung up by the back official, and not a happy, and Hackett is still going at him. He's walked halfway on the floor, and the trail official finally takes the ball from the other official. And LCC will have a technical foul coming up, and we got a timeout as well. We'll take timeout as well. 9:32 to go in the first. Frank Phillips in this back-and-forth ball game. They lead LCC here at the LCC Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado. On GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel, it's 20-18 in favor of the Plainsmen. We're back in a minute on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. We come back to the Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. Chris Hackett, the head coach of Frank Phillips, has just picked a technical foul. LCC will be at the line shooting free throws and get the basketball. 20-18 is the lead here at the 9:32 mark of the first. And at the line for LCC will be Adonis Wallace. Wallace is an 82% free throw shooter, the freshman at 6'4", averages 8 points, 3 rebounds. First is on the way, nothing but nylon. LCC's perfect at the line, or actually has missed one shot tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 of 6. 6 of 7. Wallace makes both on the technical, and LCC will have it at the point of interruption. That'll be at midcourt, and they'll have it at the right hash mark. They lead. The game is tied for the second time at 20. We've had 6 lead changes and 2 ties. 9.5 to go here in the first. Wallace has it. He's tightly guarded here on the left side. He swings the pass to Toure. Williams around the top. Into the game is Surron Noyes. And the ball thrown out of bounds on Lamar turnover on the far side in front of the Frank Phillips bench. Surron Noyes is out of Philadelphia, PA, a freshman at 6'5". Actually, he's out of Pittsburgh, PA, at 6'5". Other side of the state in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. Basketball belongs to Frank Phillips. 9-minute mark of the first. We're knotted at 20. Good one here early on at the LCC Wellness Center. On a Tuesday night, the women lost earlier 79-70. We'll talk to their coach at halftime. Down the left side, put up at the elbow. Left side, deep 3 in the corner. Swish! Nothing but cord for Xavier Stevens. He rips it from the left corner. Second triple of the night for them. It's 23-20. Their biggest lead has been 4. Here's Maldonado, the king of threes for Lamar. He'll kick it right side for Williams. Penetrates, right baseline, hangs, floats, off the window too hard. Got his own rebound on a tip. Down the lane, left side, put it off the window and in. Surron Noyes gets his first bucket. Williams with a rebound after his bad miss, but he was able to make up for that with a great dish to Noyes down the left side of the lane. It's 23-22, Plainsmen by 1. 8:18 to go in the first half. 21 on the shot clock. Frank Phillips basketball into the left wing. Pull up jumper fading. No good. Short rebound inside. Campbell puts it up and in. Nobody boxed out the 6'10 kid from London, England, Carl Campbell, who has 6. Shoots 67% from the floor, and you can see why. Easy layups. 25-22. Frank Phillips by 3. Maldonado up top with a left-hand dribble. Now free throw line extended left. Gets a high screen. Won't use it. Left side for Toure. He's between the circles. He'll give it off to Williams. Now up top to Noyes. Looks down low. Toure the catch in the paint among 2. Puts it off the window and in. He was in the middle of the sandwich, but is able to put it off the window and down. He's got 7 in the game to lead Lamar. It's 25-24. 7.5 to go in the first. 2 men will check in. 3 men. 2 for Frank Phillips. 1 for LCC at the next buzzer. Right side pass for Stevens. Zay Stevens against Adonis Wallace. Now left side free throw line extended. Richardson gets it back to Atur Majuk. Down the lane is Stevens. He gets rid of it. Lost the ball. Bad pass. Majuk has it loose. Now Wallace to steal. It's 3-on-3 the other way. Williams lays it off. Oh, and he threw it in the wrong corner. Maldonado was at the wing. He thought he was in the corner for the 3. He was wide open, but he threw it away. 6th turnover on LCC. It'll be Frank Phillips basketball at the 7:06 mark. 2 substitutions come in for them. Jalen Collins back into the game, kid from New Jersey, as well as Maydal from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. He's got 6. Up top with the basketball and on the dribble is Stevens. He'll get it off to Collins. Collins throws it away in the right corner. He was intending it for another new face, Bryce Arroyo. He's from the Bronx. He's a freshman at 6 foot, averaging 9 points. So a couple of Borough kids out there for each team. Actually 2 for Phillips, 1 for LCC. That turnover number 5 on them. Lamar has 6. 25-24. Lead is 1 for the Plainsmen. 6:40 to go in the first. Good screen, back screen there on the left baseline, getting Williams open. Now right side, Maldonado fires a 3 from the left wing, and it's good. Do not touch him or you will get burned. He's got 2 threes in the game. Lamar has 3 as a team. He had 6 last night. He's got 8 in the last 2 nights. 27-25, LCC retakes the lead. Lead change number 7, 27-25 LCC. Swing it around the perimeter, right side free throw line extended. That was Arroyo. Frank Phillips ball with 8 on the shot clock. Good defense by LCC, not letting anything down low. They penetrate, kick left baseline. Now left wing, 3 on the way, contested, no good. Partially blocked by Noyes. Long lead down court. Surron jams it home with a left hand. Steel City dunk. Second dunk tonight for LCC. It's 29-25. 5:42 to go here in the first. LCC's lead is 4. It's their second 4-point lead of the game. Frank Phillips slows it down and works patiently. 15 on the shot clock. Crossover move, knocking over Maldonado with a left elbow, no call. Kick it left side for Collins. Collins penetrates. Left side 3 on the way, Stevens. Rims in and out, no good. Maldonado high for the rebound and soars out of there with it. Lead pass right side for Adonis Wallace. Down the lane, hangs, missed it short. Fouled, cutting across the lane. Great rebound at the other end for Maldonado, who led the break. Wallace then cutting from right to the left side across the lane and missed the floater, but he got fouled in the air. And the foul is on Jalen Collins. It's the 7th on them. Lamar is at the free throw line for the final 5:16 of the first. Wallace, nothing but nylon on his free throw. He's 3 for 3. One more for Adonis, who will be replaced by a Lamar substitution. Taylor Cox is into the ball game for Frank Phillips. Out of the game comes Bryce Arroyo. And one more for Adonis. He averages 8. He's got 4 if he makes it. All over the iron, no good. Off to the right side. Missed his first free throw of the night. 30-25. Lamar's biggest lead is 5. 5:10 to go in the first half. Right side pass. That's Richardson. Now left side for McNeil with 2 fouls back into the game. He's not hit anything. Steps back, fire 3, good. In his face, a man in his face, and still drained it. Third 3 of the night for them. It's 30-28. LCC's 5-point lead down to 2. 4:50 to go in the first. Up top with a pass, Maldonado between the circles. Fakes right, goes left for the dribble. Hands off left side. That's Wallace. Wallace down the left side of the lane. Hop, scoop across the lane. Missed the scoop layup. Rebound pulled out by Frank Phillips. Chance to tie. Down court, McNeil. Step over. Euro step. Lays it in from the left side with a right hand over his shoulder. McNeil had no points. Just got back into the game, averaging 14. He now has the last 5, and we're knotted at 30. Third tie of the first half. Maldonado left side. Noyes has it. To Williams. Williams. Cross court in the corner. Wallace. Back to Maldonado. Open 3. Yeah! Book it! For Oscar Maldonado, his third triple of the first half. 33-30 LCC's lead. Back to 3. 4-minute mark. 11 threes, or I should say 9 threes in the last 24 hours. Free throw line extended left, and on the dribble between the legs is Richardson. Crossover move. McNeil down the right side, floater out the window, and you know why he averages 14 now. He's got half of those already in the last 3 possessions. 33-32. 3:40 to go in the first. LCC's lead is 1. Maldonado in the right corner with it. Tries to get away from containment, throws it out top to Williams. Blayton Williams with it. Stutter step. Pulls up. Cross-court pass left corner for Maldonado. Oscar has it up top to Kalanji. Now back to Williams. Williams down the left side of the lane. Puts up the floater. Good. And the foul underneath. Oh, offensive foul is called. No basket. They're going to wipe it off. So instead of a 3-point lead, it'll stay a 1-point lead. And Ryan Stubbs now not a happy camper. No basket. Oh, my goodness. Ryan Stubbs is going to go nuts. Last time we were here against Garden City, he did get teed. Ryan Stubbs is telling him it's not even close. 33-32. The lead remains 1 for LCC with 3:16 to go here in the first half. There have been 7 lead changes and 3 ties. LCC's biggest lead is 5. Theirs is 4. Blocked underneath! Jordan Wilson says, not in my neighborhood tonight. And Frank Phillips will get the basketball after the ball was blocked out of bounds. Great job by 6'4", Blytheville, Arkansas's Jordan Wilson. Inside pass, right baseline for Collins. Spins right to left, goes across the lane. Floater from the left baseline is good. What a move by Jalen Collins out of Blackwell, New Jersey. Mercy caught it on the right baseline, all the way across the lane to the left side, and then floats it up with his left hand. They retake the lead on our 8th lead change of the game, 34-33, Frank Phillips. Right corner. Penetration is Wilson. Now to the baseline, or the wing. Down the middle of the lane. Left-hand layup. Puts it up with two hands right over the rim and down. Jordan Wilson with a super move from the right baseline down to the right wing and then right down the middle of the lane and lays it up and over the rim. Couldn't have done it any better myself. Really? Air ball. Basically hit the front of the rim by Collins. LCC on the outlet break. Here's the outlet. Noise. Down for the right hand! Steel City Thunder! Saron Noise with some more dunking. His second of the night, the third for LCC, and they're up 37-34. 2 minutes to go in the first. McNeil on the right side. The king from Queens lobs it down on the right baseline for Maydal. He backs his way in. He scoops, left-hand layup. No, but he's fouled going to the basket. Karanji wanted a foul call. It was a good defense till he got to the very end of it, and then he kind of leaned down trying to block it. And when you lean like that, being an official myself, you're going to get that call. And Karanji picks it up. That'll be a second. So 2 on him, only 4 on LCC here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Kellen Frenetti, the women's coach. Their team lost earlier tonight, 79-70, and a good one against Clarendon. They lost by 27 the last time they played them back in early November. Played them much tougher tonight and only lose by 9. Touré is back into the ball game. Kalanji with 2 fouls will sit out. Free throw is made. One more on the way for the free throw shooter, and that is Maydal. And the kid from Regina, Canada, Saskatchewan, Canada, makes the 2 free throws. He's got 8, 37-36. Lamar's lead is only 1. 1:46 to go. Williams penetrates, kicks it out front to Wilson. He lost the ball off the dribble, now picks it up and dribbles again. Down the middle of the lane, he gets stalled. Back out to Williams. 12 on the shot clock. 1:35 on the big clock. Williams to the baseline. Double team there. Gets it to the trailer. Noise lays it up. No, he missed it short. Hard off the left side. Rebound pulled off. Here they come back the other way on the fly is Richardson. Down the lane he goes with the right hand. Got it partially blocked. Got a rebound underneath. No good on the rebound for Maydal. But a foul on LCC on a strike to the head, says the official. So Maydal will go to the free throw line. I believe Maldonado will pick it up. And if it is on Oscar, it's his second. There's only 5 fouls on LCC, but 2 on 2 of their better players. Kalanji a starter and Maldonado off the bench with 9 points and 3 triples. Both have 2 fouls. Got to get them out. 1:21 to go. Free throws up and good. Maydal makes it. It's 37-37. Barrett back into the game for LCC. DeAndre from the Bronx. 6'6", 6'7" freshman, averaging 6 and 6. He hit the triple to get LCC going tonight. He's got a total of 5. Free throw is up. No good. Too hard this time. Touré skies for the rebound. His 3rd rebound here early on. In the first half, we're knotted at 37. Tie number 4. Around the perimeter from left to right. Barrett has it at the right wing. Flips it out top to Wilson. Wilson against the man-to-man Frank Phillips defense. Right on him is DeQuan Copeland. He'll hand off left side. Penetration with 8 on the shot clock. 57 on the big clock. Barrett, open 3 on the wing. Good! A triple with a ripple for DeAndre Barrett. His second of the night. Lamar now with 5 triples in the game. 40-37. 44 seconds to go in the first half. Left side pass, Cox. Pull up fake on the baseline. Now he tries to dribble out of trouble, and he does. He gets it back to McNeil. 14 on the shot clock, 33 on the big clock. LCC will get one more possession of the ball here before the end of the half. Between the legs on the dribble, down the right baseline, missed the shot, tipped up and in by the big guy. Mejuk Maydal makes another bucket. He has a total of 11 to lead them. 40-39. LCC's lead is 1, 16 seconds before the break. Williams up top, way out top between the circles, now from left to right on the dribble. Hands off to Barrett at the right, hash mark, free throw line extended. Left side pass for Touré. Gives it up to Williams. Right side for Wilson. Down the lane. Pulls up in the circle. Jumper. No, off to the left side. And at halftime, LCC will go in with a 1-point lead. 1 half of basketball is complete. We've had 4 ties. 18, 20, 30, and 37. We've had 8 lead changes, and LCC with 5 3-pointers, 3 of them off the bench from Oscar Maldonado, and some big dunks from Saron Noise off the bench as well. The bench has played great for LCC, and they lead it by a point. It's the Running Lopes 40 and Frank Phillips 39. We'll take time out, and when we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the LCC women's basketball team, Kellen Frenetti. and his loss earlier tonight, and also on how their season is going, which is pretty good thus far. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're listening to LCC Men's Basketball from the LCC Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. We come back to the LCC Wellness Center at halftime of the LCC men's game. It's 40-39. The men have the lead over Frank Phillips, and we're glad you're with us here tonight on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. Kellen Fernetti is the head coach of the LCC women's basketball team. He joins us for the first time this year. And no, folks, let's not be remiss. We're going to get games in. In fact, I'll be here Thursday to do the game. Family comes first, as I told Kellen tonight. My son was playing outside of town here, and he had 25 points and 12 rebounds for an 8th grader. Not a bad ball game, huh?
Very impressive debut. Absolutely.
That was his second game as an 8th grader. He had 18 and 8 the last game. Nice. So, yeah, not bad for a 6'3 kid. But nonetheless, let's talk about your ball club. I mean, playing good basketball. You lost to a Clarendon team by 9 tonight after they blasted you down there. What a difference from night and day from the 2 ball games.
Oh, it's been an unbelievable difference. And, you know, from week 2 of the season, just a couple of weeks ago, that first game, Clarendon just really ran us off the floor. I mean, and to see how we came back tonight, and just see how much better we're getting, it's very, very exciting. And, the girls are coming to the gym every day, and we are getting better. And hopefully eventually we can win one of these tight ball games. That's our 3rd game. It's been like a 4th quarter game, and we're just coming up a few plays short instead of a few plays ahead. But gave ourselves a shot. I mean, Clarendon is an undefeated ball club.
Right, exactly. So is Colby coming up.
Colby's coming up, undefeated as well. And Clarendon just made a few more plays than we did down the stretch in the final couple minutes.
Yeah, I noticed when I was watching, don't tell anybody, but I was watching as I was driving in, but watching the game on the YouTube channel, and you guys had a lead, 62-60. They hit a couple of big threes. They're a great three-point shooting team. A couple of their players are in the top 50 in the country in three-point shooting. They had a couple of threes. They took advantage of some turnovers, and they just, like you said, they were able to get the buckets when they needed it. But it was a much different game than the first time.
Much different game. I mean, and like you said, I mean, there's a couple minutes to go, and there we are right there. Tie ball game. We're up 2. But like I said, I thought they kind of turned up their pressure man to man. The point guard's a heck of a player,
right.
Very, very quick, and she was able to get a couple steals on us. They get a couple baskets that way, and then they had a shooter get free. And we tried a couple different defensive looks. I was really, really proud of how the girls executed that game plan. A few rebounds here and there. Gave them a second or third chance at the basket. But I think offensively for us, I mean, when we were in the fall, August, September, or October. It's like, how are we going to score? And then I tell you what, ever since we went down to Texas week 2 of the season, coming back from that, we've been doing a much better job moving the basketball, those types of things, and just some of those detail type things. Like I said, coming down the stretch, we got to get a shot, not a turnover, and then we got to hold them to one shot. Not allow them to get a second shot. We foul, put them on the line, that kind of stuff. But we're a really, really young team, but we're learning really fast, and the games are coming fast and furious. So the last 2 are tough. I mean, they hurt, but at the same time, it's very encouraging.
No doubt about that. 4-5 last year. I mean, it was a 2-29 team. So, I mean, they've already doubled that, and they're playing outstanding basketball in the first 9 games. In that there are some tight games. Yeah, there's a couple blowouts. You play South Plains, the second best team in the country, and they blast you down there at the Texan Dome. But everybody gets blasted by them, except when you get to the tournament. But those are good games. I mean, I know you don't like losing by that much, but they're good learning games for the rest of the season, aren't they?
Really, really good learning games. I mean, Clarendon is in the same league and conference
Region
as
5.
South Plains, Region 5. I mean, you're going to see some athletic players, some length, some height. So it's going to prepare us as we move along here the rest of the first half of the season, and then into our Region 9 play, which begins in January. So, we're seeing a lot of different styles. Sure. We've seen. I mean, tonight Clarendon was zoning us, playing man to man. We're seeing a lot of different styles. We're seeing a lot of different types of play, and that's going to prepare us for January when hopefully we can continue to peak and those types of things. But really, really proud of the girls. I told them right after the game, I'm like, hey, we have nothing to hang our heads about. Here's 3 games where ball bounces a couple different ways. We make a couple more shots. We get a couple more stops. It could be a little bit of a different scenario for us, but we're improving, and we were more focused, I thought, throughout 40 minutes. We didn't have as many lapses tonight as we had Saturday against Western Wyoming. So it was good to see that. I thought we came in focused and ready to go. Good shoot around. Played well enough to win, but just came up a little short.
Let's talk about the team, because most of the folks don't know about the team. And, I mean, I myself, I just kind of been studying the last 2 days about the team and had my book ready to go in case I got here on time. But, of course, that didn't happen. But nonetheless, let's talk about your team, talk about your starters, talk about some of the kids that are standing out right now.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of freshmen on this basketball team. As of now, we're trying to play as many kids, try to get a feel for as many kids as we can. We have 1 sophomore transferred from Central Wyoming, Kiana Walker. She's been an outstanding leader for us, doing a lot of things that way. Can drive it, can shoot it. Can do multiple things for us. Really sophomore wise, she's the one that gets the most minutes. Everybody else, true freshman coming into this, moving up to college basketball, playing it for the first time. Grayson Mosley from Perryton, Texas, doing an outstanding job for the point guard position.
Good basketball country.
Great basketball country. Comes from a really, really good high school program, leading us. It's funny. I told the team in the huddle, I think it was like on Friday when we were playing club, I was like, just get the ball to her, let her do all the work. You just do the easy stuff. You just run the floor and she'll find you. So she's doing really well. And then we have Maddie Moses out of Florida. Sister was here a couple years ago. Maddie's really, really doing well. Taylor Dossie, our 5. She's an undersized 5, but battles. She's athletic from Durango. She had double digits tonight, just getting better and better. Angie Lopez from Des Moines, New Mexico there, giving us some good minutes.
Small town basketball there.
Tierra Holland, swing kid. They did a lot of winning.
They went. I did them at state last year too.
Yeah, 2A, runner up, right? I believe.
I think they got to the Final Four.
Okay, Final Four. And, she's doing well, spot-up shooter, really defends. Nagua Puat from Amarillo, Palo Duro, she has had her moments tonight. Not one, just a little bit off, but played well, and can really shoot the basketball. So, we've had a lot of kids playing, a lot of kids doing a good job, doing well. I was talking to my assistant here during the men's first half, Jennifer Canaday, former Lady Lope, 07, 09.
There you go.
Just looking for some consistency, a little bit, because right now it's like, a couple players, really, really good games, and then it almost seems like it kind of rotates a little bit. So, just try to, stay after it, continue to work, and, try to find that consistency moving forward.
Tournament here this weekend. The folks, if you're not a basketball fan, you got it. Frank Phillips is one of the best teams in the country from what I read. Their numbers, they got some great numbers. 2 of their kids are in the top 50, actually in the top 10 in shooting three-pointers. So they're here. I know you don't play them right now, but they're here. Colby's here. They're undefeated. Colorado Northwestern, Western Texas coming from Snyder. So, you got a whole array of teams coming here. Good women's basketball at the junior college level to see this weekend.
No doubt. It's going to be a great time. We're excited to host it. 3 more home games. The girl, all week, leading up when we came back from Western Nebraska, you just kind of feel the excitement of being back here at home and open up with an undefeated Colby team, playing really well, studying on film. Coach Scales, they are going to be disciplined. He does an outstanding job, and they're going to be disciplined. They're going to run their stuff, and they're going to guard us extremely hard. So we've got to be ready for that, and then the game ahead of us will be Western Texas and Colorado Northwestern. Day 2, we have Frank Phillips. We play Western Texas at 5. The guys play after us at 7.
Exactly.
And then 3 o'clock is Frank Phillips against Colorado Northwestern. So, really, really good ball there. I'll be honest, I think tonight after the men's game here will be kind of the first time I'll kind of take a look at Western Texas on film a little bit, just get an idea. And then Saturday, we've got Colorado Northwestern at 3, and then it'll be Frank Phillips and Colby. So really, really good basketball. Come on out. I think we play a fun style of ball, very exciting. So, we appreciate the support so far. I think our crowds have been excellent so far. We've got good numbers coming in here, and it'll be a fun week.
No doubt. Looking forward to it. I know I got to do Thursday, but I don't know if I'll be able to do the next 2 days because I'm going back to work, my real job. Got to go back and do what I got to do, protect the city of Lamar. Yeah. But nonetheless, I enjoy doing it. Can't wait to get the chance to do the LCC women coming up on Thursday night against undefeated Colby. I was looking forward tonight, hoping that you guys would pull the upset. But nonetheless, we'll get ready and get back on the stick on Thursday. Kellen, always appreciate you coming up.
It sounds good. Good to be here, and thanks a ton. We appreciate it.
Very good. Kellen Fredetti, he's the head coach of the LCC women's team. They lose tonight 79-70, but they get ready for their tournament on Thursday when they host Colby. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip Thursday night here at the LCC Wellness Center. Of course, we'll have it for you on golopes.com and the YouTube channel. We'll take time out. We're at halftime of the men's game. It's LCC 40, Frank Phillips 39. Second half coming up on golopes.com and the YouTube channel. We come back to the LCC Wellness Center at halftime. It's 40-39 in favor of the LCC Running Lopes. Trying to run the record to 6-5 after the 1-point win over Garden City last night over in GC. Tonight they have a 1-point lead here. There have been 4 ties, 8 lead changes in the first half. LCC had 5 3-pointers, 6 turnovers, 7-9 at the free throw line, 18 bench points for LCC. They were led on the bench from Oscar Maldonado, who continues his torrid 3-point shooting. He had 3 more in the first half. He's got 9. He had 6 last night in the win against Garden City. He has a total of 9 points to lead LCC. DeAndre Barrett has 8, including a triple. Peter Touré has 7 points and 3 rebounds, 5 for Jordan Wilson, 2 for Veron Kalanji, who had 2 fouls. Maldonado also with 2. Suran Noyes off the bench. He has 6 points, and Adonis Walters has 3 points, all from the free throw line for LCC. A total of 40 points, and they lead by 1 here at halftime. Frank Phillips is led in scoring by the leading scorer in the game, Mejuk Maydal from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. The sophomore at 6'10", has 11. 7 for James McNeil after he had 2 fouls and had to sit. He averages 14, so he got half of those in 3 straight trips. Taylor Cox with 3 points. Daquan Copeland has 3. 2 for Mejuk off the bench from Edmonton, the freshman. 3 for Xavier Stevens, 2 for Jalen Collins, and 6 off the bench for Carl Campbell. Their bench points were 13. Their biggest lead was 4. They were 4-4 at the line, 5 turnovers and 3 3-pointers. We're set to go as we start the second half. From left to right, we'll go Frank Phillips in the black with the gold and blue, dark blue numerals. For the Plainsmen, Lamar will go from right to left on whatever device you may be watching. Cox from way deep in front of the coach's bench, no good, with a 3. Tipped rebound underneath, then Varan Karanji has it for LCC. They'll come the other way with their first possession of the second half, leading it by 1, 40-39. Trying to go to 6-5 in the season. They'll be home against Colorado Northwestern on Friday night. We'll be here for that one as well. 19.5 to go here in the second. Toure, left side to Barrett. Barrett around the screen, gets it down low. Toure in the paint, and what do we got? Offensive foul called on Barrett. Barrett gets called for the offensive charge as they got rid of the ball coming down the left wing. He got it to Toure, but the foul was called by the underneath official. It'll be the first on him and the first on the team. LCC only had 4 or 5 team fouls in the first half. 2, though, were on Maldonado and 2 on Karanji. Second possession of the first half on the first turnover. Lamar had 6 of those in the first half. They had 5. 40-39. Down the right side of the lane. Hanging, getting it blocked from behind by Karanji. Outlet long down the other end. Wilson, pump fake, lays it up and in. Good block at one end by Karanji, and Wilson at the other end with the lay-in. It's 42-39. Lamar's lead is 3. Their biggest lead of the game has been 5. That was 18-13. Left side pass and down the left baseline. Strong to the goal, lay it up and in. Hanging up in the air, Daquan Copeland shot it behind his shoulders and able to bank it home. 42-41. They'll pick up with a 2-2-1 full court press. Lamar will break it on the pass, and Blayton Williams works left side for Barrett. Left corner for Wilson. Down low on the block for Karanji. Way out top to Williams. Blayton. 14 on the shot clock. He's directing traffic with his left hand. Now dribbles with his left hand to the wing. Free throw unextended. Now Karanji back to Barrett. Barrett almost walked with the basketball. To Williams. 4 on the shot clock. Right side. Barrett quickly in the corner. 3 on the way. Wilson at the gun. No, it skims off. Rebound pulled off underneath by Maydal. And here comes Frank Phillips. A chance to retake the lead at 42-41 LCC. 18:09 to go in the second. McNeil up top with the basketball between the circles. He'll work right side for Richardson. Karanji 11-11 in the matchup defensively there. Now to McNeil. McNeil down the lane, right hand layup, left hand layup, down the right side of the lane, no good. Rebound underneath, good, in the foul. Mejuk Maydal gets the stick back bucket and the deuce and the abuse, and he'll go to the free throw line for 1. Chance for the three-point play. They lead at 43-42. First lead change of the second half. 9th lead change of the game. Just under 18 to go in regulation. Frank Phillips up 1. Free throw is way hard off the back iron. Chip paint on that free throw. 13 in the game for Maydal. Their first miss of the game from the line. They're now 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. 17-14 to go. Williams left side. Long 3. Deep. No good. Off the front of the rim. Tipped up and no. It came out. Toure thought he got fouled, missed the tip as it hit the back in front of the rim, and it popped out. 43-42 Frank. Deep 3, left side, no good. Off the back iron, Karanji on the outlet, right side. Wilson down the lane, splits 2 defenders. Right hand layup, left side is good. Oh, was that sweet. Wilson cutting across from the right to left, and he puts it up with the right hand on the left side. Degree of difficulty was a 10, but he got it to go. Lamar leads 44-43, 9th lead change of the game. 17:07 to go in the second half. Spin, kick it out, right side. Penetration, Richardson. He'll kick it to Cox. Cox at the elbow. Back up top. Richardson, 2 lane between 2. Hangs baseline, missed it short. Rebound tipped way out top. 5 on the shot clock. It didn't hit the iron. Down the lane, crossover move. Left-handed layup, no. Bank shot on the reverse by Copeland is good. He got the stick back after missing the difficult layup shot, and it's 45-44. Bad pass, LCC, stolen at midcourt. Layup, no, but a blocking foul underneath. Copeland goes down hard and is still down, laying on his stomach underneath the right side of the basket. The foul is on Kalanji. That'll be his third. Baran's going to have to come out with 3 fouls. Saran Noyes is going to come in. And it looks like Copeland is all right. After they got the steal at midcourt, Lamar turned it over. 45-44. 11 lead changes now in the game. Frank Phillips leads by 1 with 16 and a half to go in regulation. Ben at the free throw line with an ease, and the free throws all over the iron, no good. So they've missed 2 in a row after they were perfect 4 of 4 at the half. 45-44 remains the score. Frank Phillips by 1. Lamar led at the break, 40-39. Bend at the knees, spin and rotation, nothing but net. Copeland hits the second. He started off the second half on fire. He's got 5. He's got 8 in the game. 5 of their 7 points. Another steal on the press. Lamar's turned it over for the 9th time, the 3rd time here early on. They only turned it over 6 total in the first half. They're a third of the way there. 2/3 of the way there. And the basket on the pull-up by Richardson is good. He's got 4. Another steal on the press, and it's knocked out of bounds. Lamar's got to figure a way to get across on the press. They've turned it over 3 straight times, almost did a 4th. They'll have it at the hash mark down below us. 75 feet to go. Wilson on the inbounds to Williams. Williams looks right side to get it across to Barrett. Barrett on the dribble between the circles, flips it back to Williams. 16-minute mark of the second half, 48-44, Frank Phillips by 4. Down on the left baseline, Toure up top, quickly, touch pass, left side, down the lane, great scoop, lay it up, good. Nope, travel is called. Noyes gave it up to Toure, but a travel is called. Another turnover in LCC. 4 trips, 4 turnovers. 48-44. Frank Phillips by 4, 15-51 to go in the second half. McNeil up top of the basketball for Frank Phillips. Spin move, gets a high screen, he won't use it. McNeil stops, free throw line extended right. Kicks it to Copeland. Into the corner, Cox back to Copeland. Daquan, crossover move down the left side of the lane. Left hand layup in traffic, no. Rebound stuck up and in by Maydol. Maydol with 15. Seems like he has that many rebounds as well. 50-46, the largest lead of the night for Frank Phillips is 6. Down low, great passing. One side to the other. Barrett to Noyes, and Noyes lays it up and in. 50-46, and now Frank Phillips travels at the other end. Their 6th turnover. They had 5 at halftime, first of the second half. 11-6, they've outscored LCC here in the first 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Another turnover on the press for Lamar. Down the lane, lay it up and in for Copeland. Copeland has 7 in the second half, now 10 in the game. 52-46. Down low against the press, they break it. Toure goes up, no. Noyes the rebound, but a foul is going to be called. They're pushing Lamar's game up tempo as they continue to steal the basketball on the press. Ryan Stubbs is off the bench shouting instructions to his team. Peter Toure, the London, England product, freshman at 6'8", averaging 14 and 6. He's halfway there right now with 7. He had a dunk in the first half, won a 3 by LCC in the game. Toure's free throw is up and good. He's 2 of 2 at the line. He shoots 69% from the charity stripe, does Mr. Peter Toure. Frank Phillips in Region 5 was picked by the coaches as the last place team, 9th. South Plains was number 1. South Plains, of course, is ranked in the top 20 this week. Free throw is up and good for Toure. He hits both. They're the 9th best team in the country is South Plains. Number 1 this week is Ranger, Texas, the runners-up, or the champions last year, runners-up last year, who lost to Vincennes, who was number 1 last week, and they dropped to number 6. 52-48, spin move down low. It's an air ball. Brick put up by Maydol. LCC the rebound after the 2 free throws. They have a chance to cut the 4-point lead in half here. Down low on the baseline. Noyes has it. Backs his way into the cutter down the lane. Williams is tripped and fouled. If it's on McNeil, it's his 3rd. It is on McNeil. So McNeil trying to stop Williams as the cutter coming down the lane. getting the pass from Noyes, commits the third personal foul. It's their second personal foul of the second half. McNeil will stay out there. Chris Hackett will go with him. 14:25 to go. It's 52-48. The pass deflects to Williams. Back to Barrett. Right side for Noyes. Saran looks. Gives it off to Williams at the right hash mark. Left side, no look pass. Wilson down low. Great bounce. Toure across the lane. Good in the foul. Thought he was going to call travel for a second there, but Toure gets the bucket in the foul. The hoop and the harm and going to the free throw line will be Toure to try to complete the three-point play. Copeland picks up his third. And Toure cuts the lead to 52-50 for LCC. Frank Phillips the lead by 2 with 14:13 to go. Free throw dances all over the front of the iron and goes down. Peter is 4 of 4 at the line. He now has 12 points in the game to lead LCC. Maldonado has yet to make an appearance. He had the first half lead. Now he's out there after that last time out. Cox at the high post for Maydal. Hands it back to Taylor Cox at the left elbow. Right side for McNeil. He's being harassed out there by Wilson. Good defense. Now down the lane. McNeil rejected by Maldonado. It's a 3-on-2. Maldonado right side of the goal. Right hand dribble. Puts up the left hand leaner. No good. Rebound loose on the floor. Knocked off of Noyes. Out of bounds. It'll go to Frank Phillips. Well, Maldonado had the right idea, but just came up short with the left-hand teardrop. And 2 substitutions come in for them. That'll be Jalen Collins, number 15, and number 33, Carl Campbell. Campbell had 6 in the first half. Collins had 2. Part of their bench. Campbell 6'10" out of London. Jalen Collins 6'7" out of Blackwell, New Jersey. Bounce it down low. The catch by Campbell. He'll kick it out top to Cox. Cox penetrates down the lane. The floater off the window, no. Campbell, another rebound, puts it up and in. Boy, he's had a number of those tonight. Campbell has 6 points in that first half. They don't keep the rebounds, but he's up to 10 now in the game, 8 now in the game. The shot missed by Toure. Long outlet pass for Frank Phillips, and he's out of bounds as he tries to catch it in front of his bench. Threw it too high. McNeil trying to be an acrobat in front of his coach, the great Walinda. He was not. 54-51. Frank Phillips the lead by 3. 13-11 in this fast-paced ball game. LCC basketball, chance to tie with a triple here. Williams up top left side. Maldonado, who's 3 for 3 in the game. He had 6 last night. Williams, high post, Toure. Left side for Wilson. Fakes right, goes left. Open. Maldonado 3 on the wing. Good! All 3 of those for Mr. Maldonado. He's got 4 triples in the game and 12 points overall. The game is tied 54-54. First tie of the second half. 5th tie, 6th tie of the game. 12:39 to go. Right side. Put up, pop, fade. No good for McNeil. High for the rebound is Noyes. Saran gets it up to Blayton Williams across the line. LCC a chance to retake the lead in our 12th lead change of the game if LCC gets it. Down low, Toure to the cutter. Williams lays it up. Good! He double clutched it in. Blayton Williams first bucket of the game and gives LCC the lead with 12:19 to go in regulation. Our 12th lead change of the game. And it's LCC 56, Frank Phillips 54. Back and forth we go here at the LCC Wellness Center. We'll take timeout. 12:19 to go in the second. It's the Lopes 56 and Frank Phillips 54. We'll take timeout on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. Gene and Jackson are our engineer and camera tonight. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. The Lopes have the lead 56-54 after Blayton Williams double clutch layup on a great dish coming down the left side of the lane to the right side. And the Lopes lead at 56-54. Williams comes in averaging 12. He's got his first bucket on that point. We've had 12 lead changes in the game. We've had 5 ties. 56-54, LCC by 2. 12-13 to go in regulation. McNeil up top against Wilson. Right side, Cox, catch and shoot 3, no good. Hard off the back iron. Wilson the rebound on the far side in front of the Frank Phillips bench. He'll push it in the speed dribble into the front court with a right hand. Up top between the circle, no look pass to Toure. Here's Maldonado, right wing 3. Good! He's on fire! He's got 5 triples tonight. Timeout on the floor. 11:53 to go in regulation. It's LCC 59. Frank Phillips 54. Timeout on GoLopes.com on the YouTube channel. We're back to the Wellness Center in Lamar, Colorado. Oscar Maldonado is unconscious right now. The little O. 5 3-pointers tonight, 6 last night against Garden. Off the bench last night with 26. Off the bench tonight with 15. Lamar by 5 with 11:42 to go in regulation. Cox cut off at the baseline. He kicks it out top. Collins fakes a 3. Now he puts it up. It's short. Rebound pulled off by LCC. Williams wants to push, and now he'll let his teammates go down. Middle of the floor on the left-hand dribble. He veers off to the left side. High post right for Toure. Toure bullet pass into the corner. Maldonado. Back to Williams. Back to Toure. Kicks it off to Wilson. 16 on the shot clock. Peters spins. Looks down low. Great pass to Munoz in the corner. Maldonado for 3. It's short. Rebound tipped. His first miss of the night from the deep left corner. And back the other way comes Frank Phillips. 5-point lead, LCC 59-54. Here's the catch across the lane. Great no-look pass behind his back, or actually down low. Bounced it across the lane to Carl Campbell, who lays it up and in. 59-56. Great assist there by number 13. That's Xavier Stevens out of Florida. 3-point lead. High post pass Noise. Right side 3. Wilson fouled as he gets shot. In the air, he goes up. He gets pushed to the floor. He'll shoot 3. He missed the 3-pointer hard off the back iron, but the kid from Blytheville, Arkansas will go to the free throw line. Wilson and Williams, both from Arkansas, Blytheville and Jonesboro, about 60 miles apart from each other. Jonesboro, the home of Arkansas State. Blytheville right on Interstate 55 between Memphis and St. Louis. The free throw rim's in and out, no good. Great basketball country there with Memphis right down the road. Good high school hotbed. Free throws no good for Wilson. He's an 83% shooter. He's missed 2 tonight. Next one is on the way. It's good. He's got 1 more. 2 of 4 at the line. 60-56. LCC lead is 4. Cox comes out of the ball game. McNeil comes back in. He's out there with Collins and Stevens and Campbell. Free throw is up and good. He hits 2 of 3. Lamar's lead is now 61-56, 5-point lead. It matches their largest that they had in the first half. (61-56) LCC. 10:32 to go in regulation. Down on the right baseline is Stevens. He flips it out top to Richardson. Left side. Campbell's their big guy right now. He comes out to set a screen. He won't use it. He'll run on the give and go. Now McNeil into the corner. 3 is short. Frank Phillips can't hit from the outside, but they got their own rebound. Bank it off the window and in. Richardson missed the 3, deep right corner. Comes in, gets his own board, then banks it home. He's got 4. He averages 6. Actually, he's got 6 in the game, and there's a layup and a foul down low on the other end. Toure took it hard to the goal from the left baseline and went underneath to the right side, banks it home, the bucket and the Band-Aid. Collins picks up the foul. Jalen, his second. Toure on the free throw line, where he's perfect tonight, 4 of 4. Another chance for a 3-point play. He's got 2 already in the game, 3-point plays. He's got 14 in the game. He's at his average. 63-58. The LCC lead is 5. Chance to make it their biggest lead of the night with 10:04 to go in the second. Bends the knees. Free throw on the way. It spins out. His first miss of the night from the line. The LCC lead is 5. 10 minutes to go in regulation. Down low, putting it up in traffic, no good. Campbell, another weak side rebound, up and in the foul. Ugh. Another offensive rebound for Campbell. He's got to have half a dozen of those to go along with 12 points, all off the bench. He's been a beast off the bench for them, especially on the offensive glass. And the foul on LCC, Peter Toure. That'll be just his first. 14 points, 4 rebounds for him in the game. Free throw is good, though, for Campbell. He completes the three-point play. He now has 13. It's 63-61. The LCC lead is just 2. Here's Williams down to the left, free throw line extended. He spins around, looks to get rid of it, and does. Up top to Wilson. Holds it high, left side for Williams. High post Toure. Toure with his back to the basket, right side for Wilson. 9.5 to go. 10 on the shot clock. Toure, elbow jumper, left side, slash! Nothing but nylon for Peter. He's got 16 at 65-61. Collins left side, free throw line extended between the circles. He holds it high, 22 in the shot clock, 9:15 on the big, 65-61 LCC. Collins pump fakes down low to Campbell. Campbell left corner, penetration on the baseline. That was McNeil, he kicks it out. On the penetration, spin move down the lane with a scoop shot is good. The scoop to the hoop for Copeland, oh my. That was sweet. He's got 11, 65-63. Bad pass by Williams, trying to throw it across the lane. And standing on the line underneath with the basketball in his hand was Copeland, who just made that fabulous layup at the other end. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. 8:49 to go in regulation. Back and forth we go. As we said, we've had 12 ties and 5 lead changes, or I should say 12 lead changes and 5 ties. It's 65-63. LCC leads Frank Phillips. This is junior college basketball from Lamar Community College on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. (65-63) LCC the lead by 2 with 8:49 to go in regulation in the second half. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the LCC Running Lopes. We're glad you're with us tonight on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. It'll be LCC basketball after the timeout underneath their basket right side. Williams will be the trigger man. He'll slap the basketball, looks for Maldonado. Maldonado with 5 triples tonight. Left side, Wilson 3. Good! JW with the 3. His first of the night. 8th of the night for LCC. He's got 14 in the game, does Wilson, and he averages 9. 3 on the left side, no good by Collins. Rebound, Campbell had it. Long lead, down court, leaking down court. Noyes lays it up with the left hand and good. Surround Noyes was leaking, and Lamar found him wide open after the missed long shot. It's 70-63. 7-point lead is the largest of the night for LCC. 8:10 to go, and a travel called on Frank Phillips. The Lopes average 73 points in all game. Frank Phillips averages 94. They are 43rd in the country out of 206 teams. Lamar is 178th in the country with only 73 points on the average out of 206 teams. LCC basketball, 7-point lead with 8 minutes to go here in the second half. High post pass, Noyes, left side, Wilson, another 3! No, missed it. Skims out, he landed on the floor out of bounds, and a foul was called as he hit the deck. You couldn't even hear the whistle, but he'll go to the line to shoot 3 more like he did earlier. And Lamar is finding the high post pass in the inside to out game is working. 8 threes tonight for LCC. And the free throws coming up. Wilson's first is good. Nothing but net. Jordan Wilson now has a total of 15 in the game. 2 more coming up for him. 71-63, Lamar's largest lead. Under 8 minutes to go in the second half. Free throw on the way is up and good. Cuddles the net that time. 1 more on the way. Taylor Cox will check in, as Jalen Collins will check out with 3 fouls. He was the man who committed that foul on the 3 on Wilson. The second time he's done that. Last time Wilson hit 2 of 3 from the line. He's trying for the trifecta here. 72-63. Could be a double-digit lead if he gets the free throw. On the way, shot short. Missed it short. Way short. And it's 72-63. Lamar's biggest lead of 9. 7:48 to go here in regulation. Penetrate down the left side of the lane. Goes up for the layup. Is good from the left side with a right hand. Just laying it over the rim was Copeland, who thought about dunking it but decided not to. He's got 14 in the game. He averages 12. It's 72-65. 7.5 to go in regulation. Wilson up top. No look to Toure on the left elbow. Quickly, Maldonado way out top. Left side 3. It's short. Taken by Blayton Williams. Rebound on the other side. Pulled off by Frank Phillips. And here they come from left to right. Richardson to the middle for Taylor Cox. Cox with the dribble. Left side for Richardson. Way out beyond the 3-point arc on the left wing. Penetrates down the right hand. Goes up. Got clobbered. Ends up on the ground. And he'll go to the free throw line. He was cutting across the lane from the high left side to low right. And Richardson out of Rockledge, Florida, which is Cocoa Beach, Florida area. If you're familiar with the east coast of Florida. In the Cape Canaveral area where NASA sends off all the space missions. That's where he's from. He'll be at the free throw line. Richardson on the line is only a 36% free throw shooter. Free throw is up and good. His first of the night from the line. He averages 6. He's got 7. 72-66. The lead is down to 6 with just about 7:05 to go here in regulation. Free throw up and all over the iron and no good. Hit the right, left side of the iron and rolls off to the left side. 7-minute mark, 6-point lead for LCC, 2-possession game. Noise up top between the circles, right side, in front of the bench to Williams. Williams on the dribble in front of Ryan Stubbs. Right corner for Wilson. Spin move on the baseline. Pull up pop from 8. No, it's short. Tipped up, no. Tipped up again, no. Rebound pulled up Frank Phillips. Here they come on the run. 4-on-3. Down the middle of the lane. No look. Pocket pass. Left side. Cox lays it in. Great pocket pass from the right to left side. From Copeland to Cox, and they lay it in, and that'll be the way we go into a timeout. 6:36 to go in regulation in the second half. It's LCC now 72 and Frank Phillips 68. We take time out on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. Gene and Jackson are our engineer and our cameraman tonight. We're at the LCC Wellness Center. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. 72-68, and now they will press 2-2-1. This caused Lamar fits earlier in the second half. They just get it across in the pass from Williams to Wilson. Now back to Williams up top, middle. To Ray, looks to the cutter, Maldonado. Up top to Peter. Left side, Noise, catch down low, left baseline, bump, basket, and the foul. Great job of passing from right to left and seeing the cutter, Noise, cutting from the high right side down low across the lane to the left baseline. Noise makes the catch, bangs it off the window and down, and he gets the bump foul. It's 74-68. Noise has 10. Saran's free throw off the front of the iron, no good, short. 6-point lead, 6:13 to go. And the foul was on Copeland, his fourth. Big foul on Frank Phillips, almost a travel. Down low the catch. Backing his way in is the Canadian. Puts it up from the right side with the left hand on the bank. Maydal, first bucket in a long time for him. He's got 17 to lead them in scoring. 74-70, LCC the lead, 5:51 to go. Williams penetrates, bounce it right corner. Offensive foul is called on Blayton Williams. Williams drove left baseline. He went up, didn't know what to do with it, got one of those areas of confusion and decided to bounce it into the right corner for Maldonado, but he came down on a player for Frank Phillips. Just the second foul on Blayton, but more importantly, it's a turnover on LCC. It's their 12th. 6 in the first half, now 6 in the second. 5:44 to go in regulation. 74-70, Lamar by 4. Right baseline. Richardson on the drive, kicks it way out top to McNeil, who's back into the game. Their top scorer, who's only got 7 in the game, all in the first half. He's yet to score in the second. Down the right side of the lane, hangs the layup, no good. Tipped up out the window. Rebound pulled off on the floor by Wilson. Penetrates down the right side, kicks it right corner. Maldonado set, shoot, 3. Good! All 3 of those for Mr. Maldonado again. He's got 15 in the game. 6 3-pointers tonight, 6 last night. 77-70, Lamar's lead is 7. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Maydal up top, gives it off to Richardson. Penetrates left-hand lane, dribble with down the left side of the lane. He got fouled going up. Ends up on the floor and on his keister, and he'll go to the free throw line. Blocking foul is called. Wilson will pick it up. It'll be his first, says the board. Lamar and Frank Phillips both now with 7, so we'll have free throws from the final 4:57 of regulation to the end of the buzzer. Richardson at the line. DJ is 1 for 2. Free throw on the way from the Floridian is good. He's 2 of 3 at the line here in the second half. He's got a total of 8 points. He averages 6. 77-71. Free throw, Ben. Fire it up there. It's good. He hits both. 4 of 5 in the second half. They are 9 of 10 in the game. Here's Maldonado at the right wing. Skip pass right side, right corner for Wilson. Penetrates from the right wing down the lane. Bumps a man, kicks it to Maldonado, and a blocking foul's called this time. 1-1. Wilson will go to the line, and Lamar is going to be at the free throw line. Not one of their strong suits. They're only a 67% free throw shooting team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attempts, 11 attempts here in the second half. Wilson is at the line where he's been there 6 times here in the second half, a total of 8 times in the game. And he's 6 of 8 at the line. He's an 83% free throw shooter. 77-72, free throw is up, the 1-1, no good. Missed it off the back iron. 4:40 to go in regulation. 2-possession game, Frank Phillips basketball. McNeil, right side, on the penetration. Copeland behind the back, kicks it back to McNeil. Left side for Richardson. Richardson penetrates from the left wing. Floater in the lane, good, and the foul. It'll be on Lamar. It'll be a 3-point play opportunity for Richardson, and the lead is now down to 3. And it can be 2 with a 3-point. If he finishes the 3-point play as Richardson goes to the line. The Floridian dribble drive from that left wing in front of his bench has worked. Free throw's good. It's a 2-point game. He's got 12, 10 in the second half. 77-75, 4:19 to go. Maldonado down the lane, bump, bank it out the window, and good. He got a conventional bucket. Maldonado down from the left side to the right side with a right-hand layup off the window. 79-75, he's got 17, the lead is 4. 4 minutes to go in regulation. Here's Richardson, dribble drive, right baseline, pull up, pop from 8 all over the front of the iron, over the other side of the iron, no, and a foul on the floor. It's going to be on LCC. Maydal had the rebound position, and Lamar's Blayton Williams is called for the foul. 1-1 coming up for the big Canadian. 3 now on Williams. 9 on the team, 1 more, and it's double bonus time for Frank Phillips on the next foul. Ryan Stubbs not liking the call at all as Maydal at the line. Free throw on the way, the 1-1 is good. 2. He's been there 5 times tonight. He's 3 of 5. Check that, he's missed one. He's 4 of 5. The Canadian bends, fires it up there, and it's good. 56% shooter, did not look it there. 79-77. 2-point lead, LCC. 3:52 to go in regulation. Penetrates, stutter step dribble, kicks it left side. Offensive foul called as Williams started to go down the right side of the lane. Richardson waited for him to get in the air. Bladen Williams getting the jump stop told to him by Coach Sellers and Coach Stubbs. 4th foul on Bladen. Down at the other end, a chance for them to tie. Cox into the corner to Richardson, who's the hot hand right now. DJ against Bladen Williams, who has 4 fouls. Pulls up in the paint, jump stop, no, traveled with both feet, yes. He tried to stop, but he was dancing. Williams with a good job to cut him off with 4 fouls. Big turnover on Frank Phillips, just their second of the second half. 7 in the game. 79-77, 3:28 to go in regulation. LCC Bowl. Big turnover there. Williams into the front court on the dribble. Works right side for Jordan Wilson. Free throw line extended. Skip past to Toure on the left side to Williams. Williams down to the left baseline. Flip it out top. Maldonado from another county. No, it rimmed out, no good. Rebound in the paint. Put it up, Williams. Good. Maldonado took that from the Kansas State line but missed it. Williams was there on the stick back. He's only got 4 in the game. He averages 12. It's 81-77. Richardson in the paint. Up top to Cox. 19 on the shot clock. Into the corner. McNeil from New York. Good. James McNeil from the Queens, that is, fits his second triple of the night. They have one triple in the second half for just 4 in the game. It's 81-80, and we'll keep it right here. 2:50 to go here in regulation. It'll be LCC basketball. They'll be in the double bonus when the next LCC foul happens. They're in it right now with 10 fouls on LCC, 8 thus far on Frank Phillips. 81-80 is the score. LCC the lead. We've had 5 leads, 5 ties, 12 lead changes in the ball game. 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. 16 for Jordan Wilson in the ball game for Lamar. 17 for Oscar Maldonado. Wilson last night had 14. Maldonado had 26 last night on 6 triples. He's got 6 triples tonight. Lamar as a team has 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 three-pointers. They have just 4 three-pointers, but they're within 1. 2, 4, 6, 8. Mejuk Medal leads them with 19. Richardson in the second half has 12. Copeland in the second half has 14 for a total of 17. 81-80 after the timeout. LCC the lead by 1, 2:50 to go in regulation. Richardson on the dribble, works right side of the court, veers off in front of his bench. Going to say dugout, but in front of his bench. Wilson trying to get around Cox. He does, and Cox is all over him with the body. That's a good foul. I don't see what the problem is there. 9th personal foul against Frank Phillips in the second half. It's not a wise foul because you sent him to the line at 83% shooter, but it's a good call by the officials. Watching him fling his body, not good guarding position. Free throw by Wilson, no good. He's missed 2 one-on-one front ends, and the ball saved out of bounds. Nope. Frank Phillips couldn't save it, so Lamar gets it back, and that's a gift. So Jordan has missed 2 front end and one-on-ones. He's an 83% shooter. Lamar basketball after the recharge. Toure at the high post, left side of the elbow, gives it back out to Williams, right side for Wilson. Free throw line extended. Now to the cutter, Williams. Right underneath, Noise, wide up, layup, good. Williams was underneath, had to flip it back out. He did to Noise, who puts it up and in. He's got 12 in the game off the bench, 6 in the second half. It's 83-80. 2:18 to go in regulation. Cox up top. Head fake into the corner for McNeil, who hit a 3 just a few minutes ago. He's got 10 in the game, 4 off his average. Down the lane, lost the ball, stripped, and off of Frank Phillips out of bounds. Daquan Copeland tried to make a move. Noise just stuck his hand out there, and it went off Copeland's knee, and it'll be LCC ball with a 3-point lead with 2:07 to go as they try to maintain a perfect record against Frank Phillips at home in the 6 games that they've played since 2012. They're 4-0. Maldonado right side for Wilson. Wilson at the right hash mark. Now to the right wing on the dribble. Still with the dribble at the right elbow. Backs it off. Lobs it down low. Toure the catch. Flips it left side for Maldonado. Wasn't open. Up top Williams. Down the lane. Down low. Noyes lays it up and in. Another assist for Williams and a great bucket by Noyes on the left baseline. He just laid it over the rim and down. And LCC's lead is 85-80 with $1:30 to go. McNeil up top. It's a 2-possession game with 1:30 to go. 21 on the shot clock. Cox, stutter steps. Drop back 3, no good. Off the front of the iron, got his own rebound. Set shot 3, good. Missed the step back 3. Got his own rebound. Just sat there and just easily fired it up, and it splashes through. And we'll keep it here with 1:20 to go. It's 85-83. Just the 5th three-pointer of the night for them. 2 in the second half. 85-83 LCC. Trying to win their 6th game of the year. They are 4-1 in games decided by 10 points or less this year. They're 4-1 on their current streak that had them on the road out in Ephraim, Utah, then Garden City. They played out at the Rangeley, Colorado as well. They won at Rangeley last week, 78-71. Won at Ephraim against Utah State Eastern, 64-63. Beat the 20th ranked team in the nation, Snow, 78-74. Lost to 13th ranked Salt Lake Community College, 101-76. And beat Garden City last night, 81-80. By the way, Otero is ranked this week. They were 17th last week, and they are now number 12 in the country. Otero's 8-0, and they're 12th ranked in the country. Of course, Lamar will get them twice in January and February in Region 9. 85-83, Maldonado's out there, along with Williams, Wilson, Noyes, and Toure for LCC. They will man-to-man press full court. The inbounds to Wilson. Wilson is double-teamed and coming down and landing on him is Daquan Copeland, and he is fouled out. That's 5. He's a slasher and a very tough basketball player, and he has just fouled out. He'll foul out with 14, 12 in the second half, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Here's Wilson at the line. He's missed the front end of the 1-and-1 the last 2 times. First one here is no good. And the sophomore from Blytheville, Arkansas is freezing. He's missed 4 in a row now. Both teams with 10 fouls. They're in the double bonus. One more for Wilson. He eyes, flies, and all over the iron and down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the line for him tonight. 86-83, a 1-possession game with 1:13 left in regulation. Frank Phillips shoots 34% beyond the three-point line. 1 minute to go in regulation. 15 on the shot clock on this possession. McNeil up top gets a screen, gives it back to the screener. Down the left side of the lane is Maydal, and he lays it up and in. He's got 21 for them. It's 86-85, and we have a timeout, I believe, on the floor. What do we got? We got a whistle. The shot clock did not reset. .28 on the shot clock, 53 on the big clock. It'll be LCC ball on the far side of the hash in front of the Frank Phillips bench. .21 for Maydal to lead them in scoring. .14 for Wilson. 17 for Maldonado. 16 for Noyes off the bench. Lamar's bench has been fantastic tonight. 36 bench points for LCC. 86-85, LCC by 1. 45 seconds to go in regulation. Left side Williams into the corner. Maldonado set, shoots 3, is good! A dagger from the left corner! Nothing but the twine! 7-3 of the night. It's 89-85. 39.4 to go in regulation. LCC's lead is 4. McNeil, left side. On the dribble is Stevens, right side to Cox. Fakes right, goes left down the lane. Right hand layup in traffic. No, a knee got into him. It'll be a foul, and going to the line will be Taylor Cox. And if it's on Williams, it is 5, and it is, and Blayton is gone. One of LCC's best defenders is fouled out with just 4 points. Maldonado is scorching. Someone check his body temperature. 89, 85. Adonis Wallace will come in. He played in the first half, had 3 free throws in 4 attempts. Free throw by Cox is up and good. Taylor Cox is a 50% free throw shooter. His first of the night, he's got 2 triples. They only got 5 as a team, so he's got 2 of those. 9 points in the ball game for Mr. Cox. 89-86, 27.9 to go in regulation. Cox from Durant, Oklahoma, the home of the Choctaw Nation. He hits the free throw. 10 points in the game for Cox. Timeout on the floor called by LCC. 27.9 to go in regulation. We'll take the break here. It's 89-87 LCC. They'll have the ball when we come back on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. We're back to the LCC Wellness Center. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. 89-87 LCC, the lead over Frank Phillips. 27.9 left in regulation. Both teams are in the double bonus. The ball will go to LCC. They have the ball underneath the basket on the made free throw so they can run the baseline. They'll press full court. Big man Jalen Collins in front of Maldonado, who will be the trigger man. Collins looks. He inbounds it to Wallace. Wallace is triple teamed and he got fouled. James McNeil from Queens is not happy. A pushing foul is called, and Adonis Wallace, a freshman, 6'4", from Colorado Springs, Mesa Ridge, an 82% free throw shooter, 3 of 4 at the night from the line, will go to the stripe. He'll have 2 shots in the double bonus, chance to give Lamar a 2-possession lead with 2 free throws. 89-87. The foul was on McNeil. It's his 4th. For the kid from Queens, who averages 14 and only has 10 tonight. He has the other 2 3-pointers. They have a total of 5 triples on the night for them. LCC's free throw shooting has been a bugaboo. At that time, Wallace drains the front end. Or the first, that is. He's in the double bonus, so he's going to get 2 no matter what. But he hits the first. He's 4 of 5 at the line. 4 points in the game for Wallace. Free throw is up and good. He calmly sinks both, does the Greek god, from the free throw line. 91-87, 26 seconds to go in regulation. Toure checks out, Noyes checks in. McNeil up top, back to Cox. Cox penetrates down the lane, bumps, throws it up and good. Taylor Cox gets the running layup. He's got 12. It's 91-89, timeout Frank Phillips. And if that was their timeout, that is their last. We'll keep it right here with 18 seconds to go in regulation. Looks like they have none on the board, 1 on the board. Let's see if they're going to mark that off. LCC's got 5, it says on the board. What a ball game. 91-89. We've not had a tie since 54. We've had 6 of those in the game, or 5 of those in the game. And we've had 12 lead changes. The last game went down to the buzzer as well, as Maldonado missed a 3 against Garden City, and they won it a couple of weeks ago, back on November the 5th, 78-74. LCC a chance to get their first home victory of the season in just their second home game. And they're up 2 points on Frank Phillips, a team they've never lost to in this building since they started playing him back in 2012. LCC's 4-0 in this building. Last year beat them 78-66 in December. Beat them in November of 2017, 51-43. Beat them in 2016 in November, 69-64 in overtime. 91-89, Maldonado on the inbounds. 18 seconds to go in regulation. Looking to inbound it. Get it to Wallace. Wallace is knocked to the ground, lays on the ground, and what do we got? Timeout? Timeout. Ooh. What a break. He got knocked to the ground, laying on his back, didn't move, looked up and said, timeout, timeout. They have no timeouts. Lamar now has 4 left. And what a gift. 14.8, and we'll keep it right here. Wow. Wallace got knocked to the ground, which looked like a foul. Then he laid on his back. They wanted to travel, and they didn't get either call. So the officials let him play. It'll be LCC ball. Length of the floor to go. Both teams in the double bonus. They're 5-2 coming in with wins over Trinidad State, Lamar JV, Wayland Baptist JV, Tohono O'odham, and Strength in Motion. Their losses to, at the time, number 17 Otero in Frank Phillips, and they lost at Trinidad State. They're 5-2. Lamar is 5-5 and played a much, much better schedule. Trying to go to 6-5 before Colorado Northwestern gets here from Rangeley on Friday night. Maldonado will inbound it 75 feet away from his basket at the west end of the arena here at the LCC Wellness Center. Jalen Collins will front him. Maldonado, the lefty from Greeley, looks. He looks. He gets it inbounds to Wallace. Wallace is triple teamed and a foul coming up. The foul will be on, I believe, Wallace. It will be Jalen Wallace's 4th foul out of Blackwell, New Jersey, 6'7" freshman. And he'll put Adonis Wallace back at the free throw line. Wallace has got 5, all from the line tonight. He's 5 of 6 at the line for the 83% or 82% shooter from Colorado Springs. First is good. Perfect form for the kid. Adonis has one more. He's got 6. 92-89. Lamar, 12.5 to go in regulation. Free throw is up and good. It's a 2-possession game at 93-84. Frank Phillips has got to have it 2 times in order to beat him here in the final 12.5. Toure will check out. Noyes is back in along with Maldonado. Williams and Wilson. And Barrett down the right side of the lane. McNeil strong to the goal. Bucket and the foul! McNeil strong to the goal. The kid from Queens played a little rec center ball there, and he bangs it out the window and good. And the foul on LCC to stop the clock with 7.7 to go in regulation. Wilson commits the foul, his 2nd. McNeil has 12 now, 2 below his average. He's at the line to try to complete the 3-point play. It's a 1-possession game. Wilson bounces it twice. He bends at the knees, fires it up there. It's good. LCC calls timeout. And it's 93-92, and we'll keep it here. Are you kidding me? He raced down the floor in 5 seconds and laid it in and got fouled. I can't believe Lamar even touched him. Now with 7.7 to go, Lamar has to get the ball inbounds, and I'm sure Wallace is going to be back at the free throw line. But we'll have to wait and see. We're back here Thursday night for LCC women's basketball. They will take on undefeated Colby and the Lady Trojans. They're 6-0. The ladies lost earlier tonight, 79-70 to Clarendon. Our first women's broadcast Thursday night, 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at about 6:45 with our pregame. Yours truly on the call. And then we're back here Friday night for the men against Colorado Northwestern. The women will also play Western Texas that night at 5. Unfortunately, being a police officer here in Lamar, I don't get off till 6, so I will not be able to get here in time for that ball game. 93-92, LCC trying for that 6th victory. Maldonado will be the trigger with Wallace fronting him underneath the basket. Here it comes on the inbounds. Maldonado's looking, timeout. Lamar's down to their last timeout. 1 left, and we'll keep it here. Still 93-92. Lamar led at halftime 40-39. Their biggest lead in the ball game has been 9, 72-63, midway through the second half. Their biggest lead was 50-44, a 6-point lead early in the second half. It's 93-92. We're jamming with AC/DC up here in the booth. Jackson has some moves I've never seen before, but nonetheless, they're moves. 93-92. Here we go. 1 timeout left for LCC. They have none. The arrow belongs to LCC. Both teams in the double bonus. LCC's never lost to Frank Phillips in this building. Here comes the inbounds. Looking. Wallace has it. He's double teamed and fouled immediately by Cox. He grabbed it. He cuddled it to his body, and Cox reached around him. And the foul is called on Taylor. So the sophomore from Durant, Oklahoma, commits the foul. And Adonis goes back to the free throw line where he's 4 of 4 here in the last minute of the ball game. And on the night, he is 7 of 8 for the freshman from Colorado Springs. 1 dribble, fires it up there, all over the iron, no good. He missed his second of the night. It's a 1-point game with 6.3 to go in regulation. Frank Phillips has no timeouts left. 1 dribble, fire it up there, good. 2-point game, 94-92. Lamar is 4-1 in games decided by 10 points or less. Last night they won by 1 in Garden. Here they come, right side of the lane. McNeil, pull up, pop, 3 at the buzzer, is off the iron, no! Foul on the rebound, the clock goes off, and Lamar will win it. McNeil had wide open space in the right wing, and he missed the 3 as it hit the front of the rim and goes off. The officials are discussing it. What are we discussing? 94-92. It shows zeros on the clock, and Lamar is going to win it by 2. Or are we going to the free throw line? We are going to the line. The foul happened before the end of regulation. Wallace goes back there. A chance to change the scoreboard. 0.2 on the clock. And you can do nothing from 0.3 and on but tap it up. So even if he misses, nobody in the world's going to tap it up from 90 feet. Wallace at the free throw line. Free throw's good. 95-92. LCC by 3. 0.29 seconds to go in regulation. It's going to be a 6-5 record for LCC. Frank Phillips is going to fall to 5-3 and 0-5 in this building. Free throw is good by Wallace. 96-92, and that's the ball game. That's a Running Lopes victory. 96-92. I'll keep it and I'll finish it out, guys. You guys are good to go. We thank Jackson and Gene for helping us with our engineering and our camera. Final score, Lamar wins it 96-92. The post-game show from the Wellness Center is next. This is GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel. And we come back to the LCC Wellness Center where LCC men win tonight by a final score of 96-92. We had 12 lead changes, 6 ties in the ball game. The last was at 54. Nip and tuck game down to the end, and Adonis Wallace comes through with some big free throws. He hits 10 of 12 in the ball game, and in the second half, he hit 8 of 10 in 8 of 9, or 9 of 10, that is, in the second half, and most of those in the final minute of play as LCC holds on to get the victory, now 6-5. Frank Phillips drops to 5-3. LCC's bench had 49 points of the 96, 23 of those from Oscar Maldonado, who drained 7 triples after hitting 6 last night at Garden City. He's got 13 triples in the last 2 ball games, does Oscar Maldonado off the bench. He had 26 against Garden last night, 23 tonight in the win for LCC by a final score of 96-92. It was 40-39 at halftime. LCC outscores them 56-54 in the second and wins it 96-92. Maldonado leads the way for LCC, has 7 3-pointers and 23 points. Sir Ron Noyes has 16 points all off the bench, and he's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Peter Toure had 16 points and 6 rebounds. He was 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 8 points for DeAndre Barrett, who had 2 3-pointers and did not play the entire second half. 2 points for Varan Kalanji, who also did not play the second half but started. 4 points in the game for Blayton Williams, and Mr. Wilson had a big game as well for Jordan. He had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 14 points in the game. He struggled at the free throw line after starting off great. He had a number of 3-point opportunities on missed 3-pointers and then 3 free throws, and he was 14 points in the game, 6 of 12 of the line, and 1 triple on the night. LCC hit 9 3-pointers on the night. They were 22 of 32 at the free throw line. 12 of those, or 10 of those, belonged to Adonis Wallace, and 12 turnovers. 49 bench points for LCC in the ballgame. Check that. Let's not even say 49, because that is, 49 bench points. Their biggest lead of the night was 9 at 72-63 in the second half, and they win it by 4, 96-92. For Frank Phillips, they had 5 in double figures, led by Majuk Medol of Regina, that is, Saskatchewan, Canada. He had 21 points. He had 11 in the first, 10 in the second, 5 of 6 at the free throw line. They were 15 of 17 at the free throw line, hit 5 3-pointers, 3 in the first half and only 2 in the second. They had 7 turnovers. Their bench only produced 20 points. Their biggest lead of the game was 6, and that was in the second half at 50-44. But LCC gets the win by 96-92. Hey, if Ryan Stubbs, can we get Ryan up here? Hey, Ryan, can you come up, talk to us? Ryan Stubbs is going to come up on our post game on here, GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel, and we'll talk about this one here. He's making his way up. 12 points in the game for DJ Richardson, 14 in the game for Daquan Copeland, 12 in the game for Taylor Cox, and 13 in the game for James McNeil, who came into the game averaging 14. And LCC gets the victory tonight by a score of 96-92 over Frank Phillips College. They are now undefeated in this building still against Frank Phillips, 5-0 against this Plainsman team, and they are 5-2 in the series with all the wins coming here in Lamar. And for Coach, he's now 3-1 against this team in his 3-year here at LCC. His overall record improves to 42-32. His team record for this year is 6 wins and 5 losses, and they have one more game coming up this week, and that'll be against Colorado Northwestern here Friday night. We'll have it for you here at 7 o'clock on GoLopes.com and the YouTube channel, of course, for you on Friday, and I'll have the play-by-play for that one coming up Friday night after doing the women's game on Thursday night against undefeated Colby, and that will be coming up Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We'll have the pregame at 6:45 for that one. They're undefeated at 6-0. The women lose their game tonight 79-70, as you heard Kellen Fernetti tell us. And for the first time this year, we'll have Ryan Stubbs to come talk to us, which is a treat. We haven't had him do this all year, so we didn't do it last year. We're going to try to do it this year and get both coaches on and let the fans in LCC country get a chance to hear from some of their coaches that are coaching their basketball teams. And we'll get Ryan up here if we can. He might not be able to get up here because the door might be locked, but nonetheless, we'll try and get him up here to talk on our post-game show. LCC has 49 bench points. Phenomenal night from the bench for LCC as they get the win tonight, 96-92. Great victory for Ryan, and he's going to join us here in the post-game. Great job, Ryan. Congratulations. 96-92, and I said my big key was 49 bench points. You can't beat that.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar did really well again tonight. You know, he had 26 last night, came in tonight, had 7 threes again off the bench. And, you know, 96, 92 is not really our pace that we want. But I guess at the same time, it's, you know, a positive as in, you know, we can play that if we need to. And, you know, we found a way tonight.
You know, the freshman, you said last night the free throws weren't there, but tonight Adonis Wallace steps up and drains some biggies. He had 10 of 12 in the game, and most of those coming in that final minute and a half.
Yeah, it was, you know, a lot of, you know, kudos to him in doing that. You know, he sat on the bench for a lot of most of the second half, and I mean, he's got a really nice touch, and, you know, I knew we had to get a big out of there and get a guard in there because this is the time of the game, and, you know, he stepped up and, you know, went 10 of 12.
You know, Kalanji ended up sitting out the second half, and you put in Noyes because of the foul trouble for Veron, and he was fantastic. Ended up with 16 points off the bench.
Yeah, that was, you know, something I thought last year we weren't deep enough there. You know, I went and got a guy like Saran. You know, Veron's still not mid-season form, you know, what we expected from him as a freshman. You know, he hasn't found that yet. And, you know, Saran's, you know, been a nice filler, you know, until Veron figures it out.
Jordan was fantastic. I thought he played a full all-around game. I know he started missing free throws late, but he was really played well.
Yeah, Jordan's another guy, man, offensively for us that hasn't found his rhythm yet. He's starting to get it a little bit more. But one thing he's been doing for us, he's really been locking down the best player on the other team. I think he held their number one under his season average today. Right. And last night, I mean, a guy averaged 21 for Garden, and he held him to 6. So, you know, that's kind of what we're using him for now. And usually guys that do that, it's hard for them to score offensively because they're putting so much energy defensively. But, you know, he's doing a great job with that.
You know, Blayton got in foul trouble, but he still played a great all-around game. And defensively, I know he got called for a number of different blocking fouls, but he still was solid all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, he's, you know, still learning the point guard position. You know, we played him off the ball last year, and just kind of, you know, time of possession, you know, what we need, you know, the time on the clock. You know, he's still trying to fill that stuff out. Me and him getting on the same page and whatever the game calls for at that time.
You know, 6 games in 8 days, you feel like an NBA coach, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here kind of frustrated that, you know, the game was the way it was. But, I mean, at the big picture of the whole thing, 6 games in 8 days, you know, 7 of the 8 on the road. You know, all 7 of those road games were out of state. And, you know, 3 true road wins in tough places. And, you know, so I'm sitting here like hoping we just had enough juice tonight to get through it, and that's kind of how the game looked. We just had enough to get through it.
And these games will help you come Region 9 as well. You're playing great competition. I know others are undefeated, and I'm not just saying Otero, but I'm just saying you guys are playing great competition, and at 6-5, that's got to be great and feeling good heading into Region 9 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it was probably – we've exceeded my expectations, I think, with that, especially starting 0-4. And, you know, and somehow we, you know, in that frame have gone 6-1. But, yeah, you know, that's the big picture with it all is, like, we're going to be ready for league. I mean, there's not going to be anybody that has anything we haven't seen or can't guard or guys that can shoot it. Like, we've played, you know, we still got to play the number 9 ranked team, South Plains in Texas, you know, next week. So, I mean, we still got some tough games ahead.
Very good. Ryan, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on board.
No problem. Thanks.
That's Ryan Stubbs. He's the head basketball coach for LCC. They get the win tonight by a final of 96-92. Right back at it here Friday night against Colorado Northwestern. As we said, we'll be here with the women on Thursday night for Colby. They're undefeated when they come in. We'll have that game for you at 6:45. I'll have the broadcast. Of course, we'll be on golopes.com as we always are, but you'll have the entertainment, I guess, if you call it entertaining. The broadcast piece of it on Thursday, and then Friday night after I get off of work. Won't be able to do the women's game, but got to do my duty and protect and serve the city of Lamar. And then after that, I'll be here for the men's game. 7 o'clock Friday night against Colorado Northwestern. Hope you look forward to that. A final again and a good one tonight. LCC wins 96-92. Mr. Maldonado had 7 threes, 6 last night, 23 points tonight to lead the way for LCC, which got 49 bench points to lead the way for the Lopes in their 6th victory of the season. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, we want to thank our engineer and, of course, the gentleman as well who ran the camera. It was Gene and Jackson were the two that did the engineering as well as the producing. We like to call them the executive producers. And it was a fun time for all here at the LCC Wellness Center as the Lopes even up their home record at 1-1. And now Mr. Stubbs is 22-9 during his 3 years on the home court here at the Wellness Center. A lot of basketball this week. If you're in Southeast Colorado, come out and check it out. The women's tournament as well as the men playing again on Friday. Again, our final, the Running Lopes 96, Frank Phillips 92. Lamar has never lost to Frank Phillips in this arena. They are now 5-0 lifetime against the Plainsmen. I'm Corey Allen Ford, voice of the Running Lopes. We'll talk to you again Thursday night for more LCC basketball, the women's variety, 6:45. Until then, so long and good night, everybody.